Hey everyone, Nick from ResoNix Sound Solutions here with another competitor spotlight video. This time on you. Who are you and what do you got here?
Hi, I'm Chris Pearce, my 2011 Dodge Charger. It's my first year competing, first year of finals, so we're just out here having fun.
Cool. So before we even get into it, how was your ride here?
Eventful to say the least. So this project is currently not in a running state. The lifters decided to go out in Kentucky, so we trailered it from Kentucky the rest of the way from Ohio.
So you got some motivation behind you, it seems like, especially as a first-timer.
Yeah, the last month getting it to the state was a pretty hard push, so I wasn't going to give up in Kentucky.
Gotcha. So, like you said, this is your first year competing. From first-hand experience, you're doing a really good job for your first year. And your install definitely reflects it. So why don't you start giving us the rundown of what you have going on back here with this crazy trunk of yours?
Been building it for maybe 2 years off and on. This year is when I finished it. It was half built at the beginning of the spring. Been through a couple changes over the summer been to 6 shows now, and each show we just kind of learned something different and started upgrading and changing some stuff that I wanted. So right now we got 2 Acoustic Elegance 15-inch SPBs and a trunk baffle manifold setup, and there's nothing special about it. I just wanted something that looked a little bit different.
Nothing special about it, but you look at this thing and it's probably the coolest sub setup here, in my opinion. It's really nice.
It's all out of hardwood construction, just build it in there.
I think you showed me pictures of it too. The construction of it, for anyone wondering, is really immaculate, honestly.
Thank you.
So what prompted you to do something like this? Why did you go with 2 15s and this crazy manifold? Whose bright idea was that?
It's kind of the norm. I mean, 2 15s and Acoustic Elegance, it's a sweet setup, and a lot of people have good results. I believe these are Scott Brazelton's old 15s that were in one of his winning cars from a couple years ago, and then they sat unused, and I picked them up.
And you decided to get crazy with it.
Yeah, just wanted something that looked a little different.
So what else is going on in here?
All right, so we got 3 Zapco amps, a couple 150.4 LXs, and then a 400.2 on the mid-range. And the walnut wood look, I just wanted to do something that was kind of special to me, because I've been a woodworker and furniture maker for over the last couple years, and I got a lot of that stuff in my home furniture. So being a woodworker, that explains why you consider this so simple and not so crazy. It's just a big triangle box.
Yeah, for you. For us, it's wow. What is that? What is going on there?
So if you look at it on the inside, it's opened up into basically like a normal trunk baffle.
So let's see.
It's opened up into the front there.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look how cool this is. Wow. So again, like what prompted you, you've been doing car audio for 2 years?
I've had car audio in my vehicle since I had my first vehicle as a teen.
Okay, so you've been doing it for a little longer than that.
A little longer, but nowhere near this level.
Any inspiration for going to this level?
PS Sound, 100%.
PS Sound.
All day, every day.
Which explains, the manifold, infinite baffle, tons of power. So why don't you hop over there? We'll go inside the car and take a look at the front. All right. What do we got going on here? I see you got some sail panels, mid-ranges up here, kick panels, a nice little display. Why don't you start wherever you want?
All right, we'll just start down from the top. Sail panel, ScanSpeak, 1-inch silks, and then just ScanSpeak mid-range driver, 4.5-inch, and we've got some Stevens MB8 vented in kick pods, and then on the other side we've got an Acoustic Elegance 10-inch front sub in IB.
That's infinite baffle through your firewall?
Yep, vented into the frame rails.
What does your significant other think of this going on down here?
She does enjoy it. We've sat out in the garage listening to music after we put the kids to bed and just need to relax from a long day.
Well, that's good. So I see your mid-ranges are up above the dash grill. I'm familiar with this car. I've worked on a couple of them. What's the reason for the open speakers or them being elevated above the factory grille?
The original speakers are only 3.5 inch, and I wanted just the larger mid ranges. And honestly, with the way that panel removes, it was so easy. Just glass in a better ring and fit it in a larger mid range.
Do whatever you really want with it.
Yeah.
I remember also too some benefit you're getting. The factory grille was very restrictive in this car, so
yeah, it was a pretty small, hard plastic grille. So.
Yeah, so getting it open, is really beneficial.
Yep, we're way closer to the. It's stuffed as far into the corners you can physically fit that mid range, and I think that gives a pretty good benefit.
Yeah,
just getting as close for that first reflection.
Yeah. So what else you got going on up here? Tell us more about what you did here.
I needed somewhere to mount the Helix Director because there's just not a lot of room in an accessible location in here. So just kind of came up with a little piece of aluminum milled on a Bridgeport and got a fitting. We got a topping D10 for the main digital converter for like an iPhone or iPad source. And then I started using a FiO for just a normal competition or demo source that we can just leave in here.
Cool. So let me ask you this: with all of your, iterations along with this whole build, what do you think was the most beneficial upgrade that you made in this car?
To me, my favorite's always been the front sub. I originally had one in a glove box build, a 10-inch. That was a lot of fun. It was pretty loud, a lot of fun, but just a little too heavy on the dash rattles, and so we moved to the firewall to get it pretty much right to the frame, and it eliminated a huge amount of just rattles in the front that would have been taking forever to chase down throughout a dashboard.
Yeah.
But a front sub, everybody that listens to it is
I
happy.
Agree. At first I was like, front sub, I don't think so. Maybe a little beneficial, but then I did one. I was like, oh, okay.
There's quite a couple people running them. They're all over.
It's funny. That's actually the most common answer I get to this question.
Yeah.
Is front sub. Outside of that, what else was a beneficial upgrade that you've done, or maybe even something you've learned that you've been able to implement along the way?
Just the main thing is getting a reference from the multiple competitions over the year. I could only take it so far with not really hearing other vehicles, talking to other people. So once we started showing up here, meeting some friends, talking, getting people in vehicles, getting in other people's vehicles, it's all about building a reference. The rest kind of comes easy.
Yeah. Now, again, you being so new to this, I've asked everyone this so far, but I think your input on this would be most beneficial since you're so close to it. What would you recommend to anyone thinking, maybe watching this video, who's thinking, man, I want to get out there? What kind of advice would you give them?
Just find a local show or hit up people that are in the shows. And
well, let me provide some more context. Most of these people actually don't know anyone who does this. So how, finding shows, you find them on Facebook, whatever, but getting into it, going to these shows, was nerve-wracking at first, I'm sure, right?
Just a little bit. At the end of the day, it's just a car sound system.
Yeah.
Just go have fun.
You heard it here first. It is just a car sound system. It's not scary.
You got it in every car on the road's got a sound system. It's just a little nicer.
So yeah, are there any other things you want to talk about in your car or anything of that sort?
I'd say that covers most of it.
Covers most of it.
So.
Any thank yous out there to anyone that's maybe helped you along the way?
Well, just this weekend alone, kind of just showing how the community's been pulling together just for me when they found out that I broke down in the middle halfway here and had to tow it the rest of the way. I had calls pretty much immediately from people that I've met like at 3 different shows over the year, and that's all they know me from. I had a guy let me borrow his truck for the night just to get a hotel room. We had some people get me into extra finals for the year, signed me up for stuff that I hadn't signed up for, paid my way in. It's just a community effort just to get me past. And even just getting into the building was a community effort because the car wasn't running to the point that we had to push it up the 30-foot loading dock to roll it into the building. So.
Oh, you guys pushed it up that ramp?
Yeah, you should get a picture or something of that. That's a big, long loading ramp, and a bunch of guys just said, hey, we're going to push your car. And I didn't ask. They said, hey, we're we're getting you in. So.
Oh my God. All right.
So.
Cool.
Thanks to all the new friends we've been making.
Cool. Anything else? Like I said, last words before we get out of here?
I'm good. I was just waiting for the results and hoping
right.
that my friends are doing good too.
And good luck to you. Hope
Thank
you do
you.
well.
Yep.
All right. Have a good one.